Bop!
It's interesting that I think that might be a bullet for an M1 Garand.
Is it?
It might be.
Well, I mean, is it 7.62?
I don't
Because
know.
I mean, for my understanding is that they were using 7.62 back then as well.
It looks like the size that would fit into an M1 Garand. I don't know a whole ton about bullets.
It's possible it's a 7.62, and I think those are very similar. I think they're similar sized bullets.
Mm.
Anyway,
It-
so this is Frakbox, and
OmegaWolf.
yeah, hi OmegaWolf. So in the last mission, it was 20 below, and now it's 30 below, and that's Celsius.
Yeah.
That is Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit?
We can look it up.
Yeah, I mean, we can easily just.
Let's see here. You read.
We have lost contact with our comrades in the People's Dormitory Outpost. Was that really necessary? The People's Dormitory Outpost. You could have just called it the Dormitory Outpost.
No,
I don't know
no,
what-
it is absolutely necessary.
Or just outpost. Just, most likely the field telephone wire has been severed by shrapnel from the constant shelling on both sides. This happens all the time. Our comrades at the dormitory fixed it yesterday, so today it is our turn. I'm starting to wish we had the radio.
Negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay, so that's better. That's better than I was expecting.
So I
to be
noticed
honest.
this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It says the people on the other side fixed their part. If they don't have a radio, how do they know that?
Well, it stopped working, and then it was working again. So they
But they have to repair their own side. So how do they know?
maybe they take turns or something. So, like, one time they send out theirs, and the other time they send out theirs. So whenever there's, like, a loss of transmission, they, like, take turns or something.
Just walking across the battlefield with MG42s going off.
So, for those who are for some reason seeing this as their first episode, we're kind of just playing Call of Duty 2. Wow, that guy died. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He died, like, after.
I think he registered enough hits to die, but the game had to complete
his animations.
transition.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was weird, though. What were we... There was, I'm having, like, deja vu. Because I think there was a time when... Were we playing this together at some point? Oh, that's right. I remember, because we were testing this at
Yeah.
over where you live. That's where I'm getting the... I thought I was just had deja vu
Oh,
or
there's the one
something.
female soldier.
Oh, I think that's the same person. So, because, yeah, we were testing Call of Duty 2 on your computer to see if we can, like, get your laptop, like, record ready. Ooh, that's bad. It's a good thing that these grenades last forever. And we were doing that part over and over and over, and I was just like, deja vu. So,
Never got this far in that testing, though.
what battle is this supposed to be? Did
For
it say?
Stalin, like, the actual inside of Stalingrad.
Oh, this is actually inside Stalingrad. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the... Oh, okay, so like those are the outskirts of Stalingrad in the last mission?
Those were near Moscow.
Oh, near Moscow. So like hundreds of miles away.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that these are different episodes then.
Yeah.
Wait, because
Yeah.
was there really fighting in the outskirts of Moscow before?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe my
You did
understanding
mention the crossing of the Volga.
So I think the Volga is next to Stalingrad, isn't it? Well, they renamed Stalingrad to what? Something else, right? Let me actually check here. Let me check. Stalingrad. If Wikipedia will just cooperate. Stalingrad. Let's see here. Stalingrad. Okay.
ammo.
I think they...
Excuse you.
Oh, I think they changed the name to Volgograd.
Hmm.
Because, Stalin was a bad person.
Yeah.
So-
According to our mutual friend who is a massive history buff,
Yeah.
Stalin changed history
I mean,
for his own favor.
Yeah. He did things like doctor photos and stuff
Well,
like
like,
that.
if people, like, he was just like, but Lenin said this, and he changed history to reflect that.
Yeah, well, when Stalin was when Stalin basically took over for Lenin, right? You just shot your dude.
Yes.
So when Stalin took over on Lenin's deathbed, essentially, he had like this memo that was supposed to get out that was like, "Don't let Stalin take over. He's a madman." And what happened?
Frick?
That letter never saw the light of day, and anybody who knew about it was killed.
Silence. No, they were taken upstate.
Oh yeah, they're now roaming around at the speed of sound. That wasn't where I was going with that. They were
There was no grenade near me.
Yeah, they're now living on a farm upstate, roaming around with all the other political prisoners. I don't know how to put that. But no, or not. I almost said. I tried to combine Stalin and Hitler, and it was Stittler. No, I was trying to say Stalin. I was trying to say Stalin is a bad man. It was almost kind of funny because like when Stalin died, and the next guy took over, it was almost just like, I don't know how to tell you this, guys. I think I got this from like a history video or something, that like Stalin is a bad dude, and everybody was like shocked, like how could you say that? That's like, dude, like he was literally like killing like millions of people.
He was kind of what they needed to get through World War II, though.
Kind of. I mean, you needed somebody crazy enough to throw millions and millions of people into a meat grinder.
Yeah.
It was just kind of necessary, unfortunately. I mean, with the state that Russia was in, human life was not very valuable, to be honest, to begin with. So it was, like, in order for them to get to the point where human life was valued, and they could also make a difference, it would have taken a lot of societal change to make that happen. It just wasn't going to happen overnight. So, with where Russia was, Stalin was the guy who was going to get them through World War II, and that's unfortunate. But I mean, a lot of people like to look through history with a modern lens because that's what they know.
Unfortunately, that's not a good lens.
Yeah, I mean, so for the longest time, either it wasn't known about, or
you don't have all the facts.
Or you don't have the fact, or like even a lot of world leaders were trying to assure other nations, or even their allies, that Russia wasn't bad, that Stalin was a good person. It was one of those things where they needed the allies to think Stalin was a good person, and so not only that, but there's a YouTube video that I saw where. So the reason why, like the KGB versus the CIA, right? The KGB was like years, like decades ahead of the CIA in terms of like the skill of their agents, because they had practice when the communists took over the Russian Empire. Like, well, with what was the Tsar's name? Peter? No, it wasn't Peter. Nicholas. So Nicholas II.
Nikolai.
When Nicholas II was taken out of power, there were basically spies who were operating within the country during the time of the Civil War. So there is a very vibrant, I say vibrant, skilled, expert spy sort of program within the Soviet Union held over from that time.
I'm kind of glad I don't know enough German to translate that.
Yeah, I don't know practically any German other than, basic phrases. But I'm assuming it's some sort of curse.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so when it came time for the Cold War, right, like the CIA were just hopelessly outmatched because the KGB could basically plant agents wherever they wanted to, and they were super successful. And in fact, the technological advantage that the CIA had was actually kind of a detriment because they
relied on it.
They relied on it too much, and so like even a lot of our like college campuses had like a proto-internet sort of thing.
Yeah,
and they could hack into that just super easy because so long as you were just connected to the system, all you just threw that grenade too far. So long as you were connected to the system, you could just, And of course, the Russians had spies everywhere. So that's why the Red Scare was such a thing, because the Russians were able to infiltrate every level of American government. Like, there were people worried that, like, teachers, like, they were even putting like teachers in middle America, right, who would basically raise kids to be communists, essentially.
Oh boy.
Like, that's the level of, like, paranoia, but it was, like, rightly so, because the Russians were actually doing things like this.
Yeah.
So, like, they had a super skilled spy network. Super comprehensive. Just every level of government, they had people. So...
Die.
But that is before this time. But what I'm trying to say is that essentially it doesn't surprise me that they were able to keep a lot of the atrocities that they were doing secret.
Yeah.
Because the same way that you can suppress, that you can spy on foreign countries, you can also use your domestic spies.
Oh.
Sorry, Yuri.
And he put his head right next to the bullet hole.
The same way that you do that, you can spy inwardly to make sure that information doesn't leave.
Yeah.
So that's also why it's so hard to prove that, like, North Korea is doing what they're doing, right? Because information can't leave.
Yeah.
The information we get is, like, people, they're not allowing people to come inspect their areas or anything. Like, the United Nations isn't allowed to do their thing. So anyway, that's the history lesson for today. We're pretty close to the end of the mission, eh?
Close.
Yeah. Oh,
This one gets pretty long.
Oh, that guy! He's... Oh. I think that guy that was blocking you just died.
They've really wanted to kill people.
And he's dead.
Oh, hey.
I'm gonna take the...
Take!
Wow, that grenade lasted forever. My goodness. Are you actually gonna take that? Okay. Might as well use some Russian weapons.
It's just faster.
Yeah.
You know, I really wish we could just, like, get ammo from any weapon that uses the same stuff.
Oh, that would be too easy.
That would make sense, though.
I mean, that's what they do in, like, I think Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor does that same kind of thing. So, like, if you have, like a rifle or something, they use one type of ammo. Sniper rifles use one type of ammo. Submachine guns use one type of ammo. Pistols use one type of ammo. Regardless of whether it makes sense that they should.
Oh, here comes the Panzer.
Which is a nice, like, game play mechanic, but I don't know. Like, I prefer it this way, where it's, at the very least, it's already not realistic that you basically... It just adds to your bullet pool.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have to put ammo into, like, clips and magazines.
Yeah.
And that takes forever. I mean, if you've ever gone shooting, you know that. Like, just... It takes a long time to, like, fill magazines and clips. So... Oh, this is almost over, isn't it?
Close.
I think we, like, go to the left eventually... Oh, you have to... Ooh. Don't die. I like how it... Like, explosives planets stand back. As if you didn't know. I mean...
Let's just keep clear of that noise for now.
Hunt down and disable the Panzer through tanks with the sticky bombs. That can't be the actual name of them. Like, the sticky bombs. Like, they... Is that what they called them?
That's essentially what they are.
Well, yeah, I mean, but still. They had to have an actual name. Or did the Russian soldiers just call them sticky bombs?
Well, in what we read later on, they call them sticky bombs.
Yeah. Revisionist history. There's a grenade. Wow, that was a forever grenade, my goodness. What was
Just
that guy
both
doing?
stared at each other.
Oh, you got some smoke grenade ammo. There's there.
Oh!
Oh, was that the tank?
No, those were my allies.
Oh, you almost shot them.
Yeah.
You're running out of ammo.
If they can't prove it was me, I didn't do it.
Well, they are omniscient. Are you gonna get the Gewehr? Oh, you already have this thing. You...
Not an improvement, but...
I mean, at least you'll have ammo for a while. Oof.
I did what I needed to do.
You know, if this were a real tank round, you probably would have just, like, died.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, wait. Thank you, Ally, for your gift.
A scripted event. I always forget about that one, but then after it happens, I'm like, yep, that's a scripted thing. Like, what's funny is, Ooh?
Problem is, that's its front, so I can't get up close.
Right. You're just gonna have to, like... Wait, this is where we were, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh.
Cycled all the way back.
It all comes full circle.
I want that tank.
Do you have something to take it out? Oh my gosh, there's another one.
Come here, you.
Oh, you gotta use
Nope. We're done here.
You gotta use the sticky bombs. Use them.
We're done. We're done with you.
There you go. You saved Stalingrad.
No, there's still one more.
Oh. Nope, well that's... I mean, there's only one more tank in the entirety of the Soviet Union.
Let's see here.
Once you destroy that tank, the whole game is succeed. Oh, yeah, this part. I always hated this part. Like this hallway specifically.
You mean alley?
You know what I meant. I got the point across. That's the point of language. Because it was always like, when you're playing on veteran or higher, it's just ridiculous to get through. Because they can just bullseye your head. Like, just... Oh, it's so terrible.
You know, something I've never understood about actual aiming that nobody's explained? Are you supposed to aim for the actual pin at the end?
Oh, as far as these
Like,
guns?
Yeah, for, like, aiming down the sight for actual shooting.
I think you're supposed to make it so that they're... well, the bullet drops.
Yeah, but just, like, what part of the end pin are you supposed to be looking at?
The tip. The tip of the pin. But then you also want to account for the fact that it's going to drop. So typically you want to aim a little bit higher if they're further away.
Yeah.
But I don't... But I wonder if they use hit scan for this. Although there are tracer rounds. For those who don't know, hit scan is basically just you press it and the game just kind of...
generates an algorithm to decide if you hit.
Yeah, it's literally just like, yes, it's a... Whereas the other way of doing it is there's an actual projectile which physically goes through the space.
Halo 3 did projectile. So that's why sometimes it forgot to register a hit sometimes.
Why is that?
Because the algorithm for Halo 3, or like the coding for Halo 3, prioritized equipment and grenades over bullets.
Oh, really?
In multiplayer. So it sometimes just didn't do it. He just like stuck his barrel down.
If he shot his gun, it's like next generation Soviet technology, silenced weapon, even more silenced than normal.
Well, silencers aren't really silencers.
Yeah.
They're more suppressors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you like run over here and then like the mission ends.
Yeah.
But like for some reason you run over here. They could have just had the mission end.
Yeah, probably.
But we should probably call this one here.
Yeah.
That mission took longer than I thought it was going to. But anyway, so this is Frakbox.
This is OmegaWolf.
Have a great day.
Stay safe.